Developer CyGames is probably best known for their hit mobile game Granblue Fantasy and are hard at work at the highly anticipated Granblue Fantasy Relink. However, they decided to dip their toes into the roguelike genre with the recently released Little Noah Scion of Paradise. Not only is this game super fun, but for a measly $15, it way over-delivers on quality, polish, and content. In Little Noah, you play as the alchemist Noah Little. She crashes her airship into ancient ruins filled with treasure. As she explores these ruins, she finds a cat creature that she decides to call Zipper. Noah is keen on helping Zipper, so they pair up together. Noah also happens to be on the search for her long-lost father and believes he could be somewhere in the depths of these ruins. And that's pretty much as far as the story goes. You will get little side dialogue here and there, but this isn't the type of game you play for the story. While I appreciate the production value put into the dialogue sequences, it's not exactly riveting. There also isn't much in the way of voice acting, and it's all in Japanese. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I know plenty of people enjoy having the option to play with English voice acting when possible. While Little Noah's story isn't super compelling, thankfully its gameplay is. As mentioned in the opening, Little Noah is a side-scrolling action roguelite. You dive into the ruins, collect gear, gold, and mana, and see how far you can get. Once you get knocked out, it's back to your airship and you start from the very beginning. What helps Little Noah stand out is its unique combat system. What's interesting is Noah doesn't attack enemies directly. You collect monsters called Lilliputites that attack on your behalf. You start with a few basic ones, but as you explore the ruins, you'll find more and you can begin customizing your lineup. You can have up to 5 in your main attack lineup and then 2 more for special attacks. You're never locked into any set of Lilliputites, so you can constantly customize your lineup until the end of a run. You'll also collect accessories throughout runs. These accessories do everything from increasing your attack, increasing certain elements' effectiveness, or how much mana you're gaining as you explore. Which accessories and which Lilliputites you obtain will likely dictate your playstyle, as you're pretty much at the mercy of what the game gives you. That said, during my time playing, I would gravitate towards certain Lilliputites and emphasize them as much as possible to cater to my playstyle. Overall, the combat system is really fantastic. It's fast, satisfying, and constantly fresh as you continue to change your lineup. It can take a little getting used to the fact that Noah isn't attacking directly, but after a run or two, you'll get used to it. The bosses are also a real highlight. None of them are particularly challenging, but do have patterns that you have to learn, and it feels satisfying when you can master those patterns. You also have to stay on your toes, as bosses aren't always in the same areas every run, and depending on how far in the ruins they are, they could be even harder. What can make roguelikes irritating is having to start over from the very beginning, especially when a game doesn't have any form of progression. Thankfully, that's not the case here with Little Noah. When you get knocked out during a run, you'll return to your airship where you can build upgrades. And there are a lot of things to upgrade. You can obviously upgrade Noah herself with increased attack, HP, and other stats, but there's also so much more. You can increase the amount of potions you can carry, unlock new abilities and Lilliputites, and even new avatars. Avatars change the way you look, but also provide stat benefits and a different burst attack. Burst attacks are basically super moves that typically wipe out an entire room or do massive damage to a boss. The different avatars don't drastically change how the game plays, but feel like nice goals to strive towards. Overall, I loved how flexible the upgrade system was, allowing me to build Noah however I wanted to. Even though it's annoying to have to start from the very beginning every time, I definitely felt noticeably stronger and excited to try again with each new run. Little Noah has a nice stylized look to it, full of bright colors. I would describe the overall look as cutesy. I've seen lots of people compare it to Bravely Default, and I think that's a pretty fair comparison. The character portraits look particularly great, which comes as no surprise from the team that made Granblue Fantasy. The music fits the look very well. It's very lighthearted, almost like something you'd find in a slice of life anime. I played Little Noah on a Nintendo Switch, and for me it ran at a rock solid 30 frames per second in both docked and handheld mode. Overall, I'm really impressed with the production value of this game for only $15. It feels surprisingly high quality for a game with such a small price tag. Little Noah is a fantastic game that I thoroughly enjoyed from beginning to end. For as many 60+ hour games that release these days, it felt really good to sprinkle in something that was on the shorter side. It took me about 13 hours to finish, but I've already gone back for more runs because I enjoyed playing it so much. If you enjoy roguelikes, side-scrollers, or just quality video games, definitely give Little Noah a try. Now, if Little Noah looks up your alley, make sure you also check out my review for Magnum Lord. It's another side-view action game that released earlier in the year that you might enjoy. And if you love JRPGs and want even more JRPG content, be sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.